Hello everybody and welcome to another video with your host Scott. In this video we're going to be reviewing the MaxCatch fly line from Amazon. This fly line I took a bit of a gamble on. It was only $10.99 delivered next day, and I had the orange one in weight forward, 8 weight floating. Now I bought it to use for carp fishing and any heavier work required for trout fishing as well, and maybe in the future a bit of salmon casting as well, single-handed. So this line was going to get a lot of use, and I took a major gamble with it really, because I've spent 6 times that amount of money on fly lines before, and well, some of them haven't been that great. I've spent £5, maybe even £10 more, and they've been terrible. There's a well-known story out there regarding airflow lines, and between most fly anglers out there, the general consensus is don't touch the floating lines, and they're $69.99 at the moment, and they're terrible. And they always have been. When I was 15, I spent my birthday money on an airflow floating line. It was an orange one as well. And it was like fishing with a slinky. It was terrible. The main thing I look for in a fly line is memory. And obviously, if it's a floating line, it does need to float. But I've never really had a problem with a fly line not floating. If you're not in contact with the flies, you're not in contact with the fish when they take. It's not a fun experience trying to fish with a line like that. You'll cast out 20 yards and end up at 10 yards. It's no good. So I was using before that a fly line by a brand called Stillwater from Glasgow Angling Centre, and they're available in ivory. And the weight forward 7 is great. I may do a review on that one as well. In all weights, weight forward 7, floating, intermediate, sinking, absolutely stunning they are for the money. In fact, when I bought them, they was on offer, and you could get 3 for £30. And they're brilliant if you're just getting started as well. Absolutely great fly lines. Unfortunately, the 8 weight one, it needed some breaking in. There was a bit of memory with that one, but it was fishable. I don't know why that would be the case. Why the 7 weights would be great and the 8 weights not so much, but there we are. So I've been using an 8 weight for carp fishing probably since last winter, the winter of 23-24. And it's lasted me well. Well, unfortunately, it started to pick up a bit of abrasion. There's a few tiny nicks in it. Doesn't matter how much you clean it, it still looks like it's got some dirt embedded in it. It's on its way out, basically. So I decided I needed to replace it. So I was on Amazon shopping for fly lines, and there's not that many on there. And the brand is Maximum Catch. The name of the fly line is MaxCatch. If you just type fly lines into the search bar, these are the ones that pop up. They come in orange, yellow, teal blue, green, and I think there may be another colour as well, but I will show it. I'll show all the documentation on it as well. In use, the first time I took it out was probably about a week ago, and I was shocked how good it was. There was still a bit of memory in the belly of the line where it's thickest, and that's where the weight of the line is. But after a few quick stretches by hand, gentle stretches with your hands, that was gone, and I quickly got into about 5 or 6 carp, and it was great fun. The second time I took it out, it was even better. as I took it off the reel, I just gave it a few quick stretches, and it was great. The only thing that I could possibly moan about is the welded loop at the tip. That tends to sink. However, it didn't sink the first time I took it out, and I was using a much lighter leader material. And if you are going to use a thicker leader material, then just add a bit of mucil into it, and it floats all down. It's absolutely great. I cannot fault them for the money. I've fished with Snowbee. They were probably about the best out of all the lines I've used for years. The only problem is I can't afford to spend 150 quid on 3 fly lines anymore. It's just not. I mean, I'd rather spend that on a new rod. You know what I mean? So, I've been looking at these cheaper alternatives, and it's great. I'm really happy with it, and I highly recommend it to you guys as well. It's not a mill end; it's a brand new line. It doesn't come packaged on a spool, and my advice would be to gently unravel it without letting it twist. So you just basically get your hands inside the coil of line and just sort of do this onto the carpet. Don't pull it off like this, because that'll add twist to it. And then just lay it out in gentle turns on the carpet, and then wind it on without any without too much tension. And you're good to go. Absolutely great. I'm sure they'll work well for trout fishing as well. So just to be clear, the one that I bought was the orange one, and it was a weight forward 8 floater. I'm sure the intermediate and sinkers are just as good. I haven't tried them in the lower weights yet. I intend to. So hopefully you enjoyed that review. Please like, share and subscribe. I also want to add that the line was bought with my own money. I'm not a sponsored channel. This is not a paid promotion. This is just information from one angler to another. Get one of these lines. They will save you an absolute packet. I'd ignore Rio, I'd ignore Cortland, I'd ignore Airflow. I would still buy Snowbee, but get one of these lines from Amazon. Absolutely great. And I'm loving every minute of fishing with it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.